Pull up in that F-150. People trying to talk, but I don't got time to listen. Trying to find my way, I gotta stay on the mission. My family need me now, and I don't have time to miss them. Always trying to work, all the way down to the whistle. I give it all I got, cause it help with my mental. Always on the grind, like the king, I'm official. Smoking on this gas, help me get through my issues.
The place where everybody is.
Welcome to the VC Lab.
97 miles.
Yo, welcome to the VC Lab. We are back in the building. We got a special one today.
What's going on with you, man?
Man, what's up, man? How your week been, man?
It's been good, man. Oh, so you're not gonna tell them who I am?
I'm gonna tell you who you is.
My
I
bad,
just
man.
want to, see how you
I'm
doing
good.
first.
I'm good. It's been a good week.
Man, I'm telling you, uptight. But this whole time, man. Hey, but if y'all don't know, this is, he's somebody I met as I got older a little bit in life through high school, through one of my homies named BJ, for people that know me personally.
Shout out, BJ.
Man, this is the best barber in the city, to my opinion.
I appreciate you, man.
Man, my homeboy Mike, what's up with you,
Thank
man?
you, man. I appreciate you, man. What's up with you?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. I've been doing good, man. Just trying to stay above water, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But everything been, straight with you in your life lately?
Yeah, man. Everything's good, man. I'm just working, surviving, thriving, doing what I do.
Hey, it ain't too many people that can run a shop by itself for over a year.
Yeah. Especially after the pandemic, but whatever. Ain't nothing, just something.
Well, I mean, it was before the pandemic when you started.
Yeah, before. My bad. I meant to say before.
Yeah, that's what I'm finna say now.
Yeah,
Give yourself some credit now. You was running this thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
dang.
I try.
I'm talking to B. I'm like, man, how he running that thing with one shot? He got to be making some bread. I already know it.
Nah, I ain't making no money. Don't worry about
quit
that.
lying to these people.
Don't worry about that, man.
You got about 4 cars, and they all sitting on rims.
That's a lie.
Man, so for people don't know, you from Nashville, correct?
I mean, I've been here long enough to say I'm from Nashville. I've been here since '99, but originally I'm from Zimbabwe. I was born in Zimbabwe.
Oh, so you were born in Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were born here.
Nah. I came here when I was 10. It was October '99.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when we moved over here.
So that's what's up. Did when they moved over here, was it just they moved over here to figure something out, or did they already have?
Nah, I had so we had some family here.
Okay.
And my aunt, she was here, and we moved over here. So it was my aunt first, and then a few years later, my mom came.
Okay.
And then my mom set us up to come about 6 months later.
Okay. What part of Nashville were you living in then?
Man, I bounced around. We've lived in Hermitage, then we went to Antioch, then
the Harlem, the Arc.
Yeah, then in the city, then back to Donaldson, Antioch, and stuff like that right now. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So y'all came here from Zimbabwe, and now you living the American dream, or the African American dream.
I'm trying.
Oh, you ain't. Look where we at, man. You doing?
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like this is like ground level for me. Like,
I feel you.
I have a lot of goals that I'm trying to reach.
Yeah.
And this is like
the first.
Yeah.
The first.
I'm
step.
happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy about it, but I'm still.
Cause I remember when you wasn't in your own shop,
Right.
even though that's still a good shop as well. But then now you in your own little thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming something big.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't downplay it now. It's nice.
I appreciate it, man.
Got murals on the wall and everything. Doing things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, trying to do it. That's a local artist right there. It's Vicky. I think I think you went to school with Vicky, right?
Vicky, for sure.
Vicky Mendoza. She's dope.
Yep, for sure. I gotta try to get her to do something for me one day, man.
Yeah, you should. You should get it right now before prices
go up.
Yeah.
The ticket going up for everybody that went to
right.
So before I even say that, so growing up, what high school did you end up going to in the city?
I went to McGavick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you like it there?
Oh yeah. McGavick was fun, man. I'm one of those that love high school. If I could go back for a couple days or something like that, I'd go back.
I be thinking about it like that, man. I know you got a story or something happened. I know I got one. I'll tell mine first.
Okay.
So, man, mine is me, BJ, Jamar. We all go to McGavick, right? So, I think this was our senior year, playing football.
Right.
We pretty much could get away with some stuff, but we couldn't do anything we wanted to do, but we could finesse our way through some stuff. So, one weekend, we went to Sky High or something, and his BJ phone got stolen. So then, all of a sudden, his phone ping. We at home at this point. His phone ping, He like, bro, man, my phone somewhere in Antioch, food. Let's hop in the truck and let's go get it, man. I was the only one that had a car at this time. I was in, white chrome, the truck out there.
Right.
So then we get there. We get to the dude door. BJ don't even want to. He don't even want to knock on it. And I'm like, bro, if you don't knock on this door, I done wasted my gas.
What you saying about BJ, bro?
But I done wasted my gas. Look, for real, bro. I'm like, I done wasted my bread, but come on, bro. And then he didn't want to do it. They were like, man, nah, it might be a bad situation. I'm like, all right. I said, I'm done with it. I ain't helping you no more. I done came out here in the middle of the night. I ain't helping you no more. So we get to school. It's a good day, too. I think we had burgers that day. It was fire at school. For lunch was good.
Right.
Everything was good. All of a sudden, I get a text. I'm in science class, I think. Doop. Hey, bro, it's on, bro. Hey, we need to go get I'm like, bro, it's the middle of school. What is you doing?
Right.
He like, bro, I'm telling you, man, the teachers, man, said they gave us some excuses. I'm like, what? He said the teacher said we can leave and go. He said, yeah, man. I'm like, man, whatever. You got to show me. Then he was like, man, so I went over there. He was like, man, y'all good. Go get it. You better come back, though. And she was cool because we were seniors anyway. I was like, all right, bet. We go all the way to Hillwood. It came on at Hill. We walking on Hillwood campus. Mind you, we got McGavick shit on. Everything. We see the field. We like, man, we finna just walk on the field. I'm like, bro, y'all.
This is during school or after?
During school. School ain't even over yet.
Okay.
We didn't sign out of nothing.
Right.
We got okay from one teacher, like she the principal.
Right.
Went got in my truck, drove all the way over there West Nashville, Hillwood, West Nashville. We get over there, mind you, it's people all on the thing. We finna get on there all of a sudden. I'm like, bro, nah, we need to go inside, just go to the office, and maybe we can get it that way. If you really want your phone, that's what we need to do, because we gonna fuck around and go to jail. Up in here. So then we finally get to the door. Somebody from here, one of the Hillwood students let us in. We roaming the hallways, getting close to where it's pink, because you got to find your iPhone. We get right there. He was like, bro, it's a class full of people in there.
This sounds dramatic. I feel like somebody about to get shot.
Nah, bro. I was like, bro. Then I told him, I'm like, look, let's just go to the office, bro. And then that's your best bet. If you gonna get it, you gonna get it. If you ain't, you ain't. So we go in there, the office lady. What y'all need? We walk in. Well, I'm like, well, we already knew what I got there. Let me do the talking, because I got the light voice. I'm calmer than everybody. I know how to talk. So I'm like, man, let me do the talking. Just be quiet. You know how BJ is, man. I just need my phone, Brian. I'm like, bro, just be quiet. So I walk in. Yeah, ma'am. See, what happened was, she like, you know how them ladies, secretary, and she black lady, darker than me. She wasn't trying to hear nothing I was trying to say.
Right.
I'm like, see, what happened was we was at Sky High, and my homie phone got stolen, and we got to find my iPhone, and it's on right now. She like, let me see it. So we show her. Then she get to looking up, do y'all go to this school? I see I got McGavick stuff on. And we like, well, see, we don't go to this school. We go to McGavick, but we got an excuse to be able to be here.
Right.
And then, so happened while I'm in here trying to finesse our way through this lady, the officer come in. So then I had to tell her, I was like, look, officer, because she wasn't even trying to hear us. And she was finna have the officer escort us out. And I was like, look, we got to find my iPhone. Somebody stole his phone from Sky High, and it's here. It's here. And he was like, well, and then the old white guy, he put on his glasses. He's like, okay, y'all just stand right here. He went down there. About 10 minutes go by. He come back. He got the phone. BJ still hot. You ain't gonna believe why. He like, where my case at? I'm like, nigga, what? I'm like, bro, we done got the phone, bro. And you talking about where my case at?
Take the
I'm like,
win.
nigga, we going back, bro. You better come on. He like, bro, that's my sister case, bro. My mama go beat my And I'm like, bro, nah, bro, come on, bro. Yeah. We gone, bro. We gone. And we left. Man, McGavick, boy, the stuff I went through going to that school, boy, was crazy, but it was fun.
Yeah, McGavick was fun.
It was fun. I know you got one.
Nah, I don't have any. I got some colorful stories, but they involve some people and they like family men and whatnot. And I'm not trying to.
Oh, it's one of them types. It's one of them type stories, man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let them live. So we're not gonna jump into those.
Oh, y'all was living for real.
Yeah. I mean, I go to church and stuff, so yeah, whatever.
He said, "Hey, I'm a Christian now, but back then, I mean, I might have been dibbling dabbling, but now I'm good. I ain't trying to get caught up." So you know, you go into McGavick, and then you get into it. You know, you start trying to figure yourself out. How'd you know you were gonna get into, you know, barbering?
Man, actually, I didn't for the longest time. So when I went to McGavick, my whole thing, or you know, every African parent's dream is for their kid to go to college, get some 6-figure job, you know, hopefully get a degree. My baby's a doctor, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. So originally, I was actually pre-med, and I was gonna be a pharmacist.
I can see that.
And I went to, you know, I was in school, and I remember there's this guy. He was kind of like my mentor. He was a young guy too. He was only 28 at the time, and he already had his own operation as a pharmacist. Like, you know, he had his own pharmacy. And I was talking to him, and he was like, I don't know if I was giving off a vibe, or he just felt compelled to tell me this. And he said, and this is something I tell like a lot of the guys that come in here, especially young ones, don't do something you don't love. Don't do anything you're not passionate about. Mm-hmm. So he gives me a story, and he's like, you know those older guys, you know, people always say they're going through a midlife crisis. You see them at the red light, and they're driving a Corvette at 65 years old. They're not going through a midlife crisis. You know, not every single time. Yeah. They've just now gotten to the point where they can afford that expensive car, because they went to, you know, so you go to school. Uh-huh. While you're in school, you may meet a girl, so you're gonna marry the girl. That's a bill. And then after you marry the girl, you're probably gonna get a house together. That's a bill. Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna have some kids. That's the most expensive bill. So by the time you're adding all that up on top of your student loans and everything like that, it's going to be a good, you know, 20 years while you're paying all that stuff off to where you can actually have some fun in your life. Yeah. Which is cool if you're happy with that life that you're living. It's only worth it if you're comfortable with what you're doing, if you're passionate about it. It's a waste of time if you're living somebody else's dream. Mm-hmm. Don't live your mother's dream. Don't live because your mom said, I want Q to be a brain surgeon, and you go to school for 8 years, and then you got to do the 50 hours a week and all this stuff. Yes, you're making good money, but you're not happy. Yeah. And I always tell people, I always say, a guy selling oranges on the side of the road can make $1 million if that's his passion. You're gonna find so many different ways to sell those oranges and do that. So anyways, long story longer, I had that conversation with him, and I was already feeling this way. I ended up dropping out of school. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And of course, you know, that was a big thing in my house. You know?
Your mom was
yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, we went at it. My dad more than my mom. My mom is very, she's very supportive of anything I want to do. If I told my mom I want to be a breakdancer, she gonna go buy me some cardboard box and
that's how my mama was.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyways, I ended up moving to Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for about 2 years. After that, after 2 years here, I went to Atlanta for 2 years. I ended up coming back.
What made you come back?
Man, my mom was here. Cause I left my mom here, mm-hmm. and I felt like I needed to be around her. Mm-hmm. She was going through a whole lot at that time, and we really needed each other. So I came to visit for a weekend, and I just never went back. And they kept calling me, it's like, yo, when you coming back? I'll be back tomorrow. I'm coming back tomorrow.
Hey, what about?
I'm gonna be back next.
Did you have a spot? Or?
No. I was living with my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was living with my dad.
So
my dad,
easy. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just packed a bag and just never came back.
I'm finna say, no way, boy, you grown.
yeah. So anyways, while I was down there, my brother kept asking me to cut his hair for whatever reason. I've never cut hair before a day in my life, and my brother keeps asking me to cut his hair, and I kept doing it, and I was like, and I was resisting at first, and then after a while, I was kind of like, man, I kind of like doing this. Yeah. I think I'm going to charge you next time I cut your hair. You know, so.
No, you ain't getting no more free cuts from me, man.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You gonna have to give me that 15 like if you went to the shop, man.
Yeah, so I woke up one day and I was talking to my mom. I was like, I think I want to cut hair. And my intention was the next day I was gonna go start looking for schools and stuff like that, right? So I had a whole list. My mom had gone out earlier that day, and she came back, and she was like, "Hey, I stopped by the school. I talked to these guys. They seem, like they're about what they're about and stuff. Like, they seem like very genuine, nice people, whatever." And I was like, my mom is like my moral compass. A lot of decisions I make them after I've had a conversation with her. Yeah. Because, she looks out for me, with all intentions. So, anyways, I sat down and I was like, you know what? This is where I'm going to go. So that was going to be my first stop before I went to the other schools. As soon as I walked into the place, I was like, this is it. This is where I have to be. So I signed up for it. I went to school. And funny enough, one of my boys that I actually ended up working for, I was privileged enough to work in his shop. And what happens with a lot of barbers is you jump shops a lot, within your first 2 years, 3 years, whatever. And I was blessed enough to be able to stick with him. I remember we were in high school together, and I'll never forget this. It was in 9th grade, and he was talking to me. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be a barber. I'm going to do this." And he's like, "Yeah, you should get your license, too. You can come cut hair with me." And I'm looking at him, I don't want to cut no damn hair. What are you talking about, And it was so funny because I called him because he used to come to my house and cut my hair all the time. But while he was in barber school, I was actually his model for
his test.
No, not his test. It was the first shop he ever worked in. It was a fancy place, D1. It was out in Franklin. Okay. Yeah, for the athletes and stuff like that. And I was his model for that. And I called him. And I was like, "Yo, I'm thinking about going to barber school. This is what I want to do." He was like, "Word, I'm actually about to open my shop like in a couple weeks. So by the time you get done, I'll be 1 year in, and you could just start coming working with me." And that's exactly what happened. And then it just, the rest kind of wrote itself after that. So and here I am.
And this is beautiful establishment. Yeah, you're doing your thing, man. So through growing up, because I know you love, hip-hop music deeply.
Absolutely.
Every time I come in this shop, either playing some Jay-Z or some Nas, right. But this time I seen him playing some Big Walk Dog. I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! He's nice." When you start listening to,
I've been listening to that.
Well, you don't showcase it like you showcase the other stuff.
I've been listening to all that stuff, bro. I used to listen to one of the first CDs I ever stole was
hold a minute. Wait. We ain't just finna walk past that. You said stole?
Yeah, I stole a CD.
Good Lord.
I wasn't from the store. I wasn't shoplifting. I stole it from
Don't tell me you stole it from a friend.
Nah, he wasn't a friend. It was like a neighborhood guy. He was like big homie in the neighborhood. I took it from.
You stole your big homie CD?
He ain't do nothing about it. Cool.
I mean, of course he ain't gonna do nothing about it, but like, dang.
He's all right. I wanted it. He wouldn't let me listen to it.
So you just took it?
Yeah, I took it. I mean, I gave it back, after I was done with it. But it was a 3-6 Mafia. I forget which one it was. I think it was 3-6. Yeah, it was 3-6 Mafia. So I've been listening to Memphis music.
Okay, so now we're in that, because I think we had a conversation about that, and we didn't get a clear understanding on that either.
Why you
so who's the king of Memphis when it comes to hip hop?
Who's the king of Memphis? Mm-hmm. I mean, you gotta. I would say Yo Gotti is standing on top of the hill. He's had the biggest. You want to say Young Dolph, right?
No.
Who you want to say?
Juicy J.
You know what? I can see that. That's not wrong either.
Because he's still, to this day, he could come out with a hit song tomorrow. It might not be everybody just banging it, but number-wise and whoever he got on the track, it's going to be people that's current today.
Okay, so you know why Juicy J could be overlooked is because Juicy J was part of a group.
Yeah.
At one point. And Juicy, even like Juicy J, I feel like he kind of played the background for a long time. Even like when he was doing his own thing, he was producing. Yeah. But then he went and he was under Wiz Khalifa at the same time. So it was never like, I don't want to say he wasn't representing Memphis, but he was like under somebody the entire time. Reason I could say Yo Gotti is because I feel like Yo Gotti came out as the one, like the leader of his operation. He didn't have partners. And he's been around since, because he came out, Yo Gotti's first big release, I think, was 06 or 05, because he came out the same time as Jeezy, right? Around that time, yeah. And he was the one, he was like the mainstay. So that's why it's easy to say Yo Gotti. I'm not mad at Juicy J. His last album was actually fire too.
Yeah.
I, don't know
I
if
mean,
you
I
listened to
just feel
his last
like
album.
his catalog, and he's got a Grammy.
Yeah, no,
Yo Gotti ain't got no Grammy.
bro, I'm
He
not
ain't even
arguing.
close. His music, to me personally, Yo Gotti music been trash for at least 3-4 years now.
Okay, that's disrespectful, but okay,
It has been.
that's fine. That's
not
that's
his
your opinion.
artist, but his music by itself.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying.
that's your opinion. That's cool.
Yeah.
He's just had an incredible run. He's still relevant to this day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think he's a forefather definitely.
Yeah, he up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was so? Do you say that 3 6 Mafia is what made you fall in love with hip hop?
No, not even close.
So what made you fall in love with hip hop music?
I don't know. You know what? I was always more of an East Coast music kind of fan.
Okay.
So I was a big fan of Nas growing up. Still am. He just put out album of the year too. And I was a big fan of Common, and I hated Jay-Z for the longest time.
See, I ain't really that big of a fan. I like him now, but back I ain't really. I'm like,
Now, you know what it was? It was I didn't like Jay-Z because it was a childish thing. I didn't like Jay-Z because everybody thought he was the greatest, and I refused to be impressed by him. That was my whole thing. And then after a while, like when I gave in, I was like, I gotta listen. Jay-Z is the greatest rapper to ever do it. It's undeniable. Nobody could touch Jay-Z.
In what way? Everything?
Yes, he's the greatest rapper ever. Okay, listen.
I mean, it's hard to.
It's not hard to say. It's very easy.
I mean, yeah, he got the most money, but
it's not about money. Okay, so when I talk about music, right? When I talk about music, I don't care about the context of it. Mm-hmm. So if let's say aliens came down here, right? And there's no remnants of human life around here, and you have to have catalogs of songs to play. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows these other people from this other planet, this other world. They don't know how many followers Drake has on Instagram. They don't know how much money Jay-Z has, whatever. We're playing music from start to stop. Who's got the best songs? Who's got the best legendary verses? That's the context I live in when I'm talking about music. I'm not talking about what you have outside of that. And personally, his record is undeniable.
Yeah, he do got some good records.
Jay-Z still got verse of the year from like 3 years ago.
What song is that?
What's Free, Meek Mill.
Yeah, that was a good verse.
Yeah, that was an incredible verse.
I mean, honestly, it was good. It was good. I can.
Okay, so who comes close to Jay-Z? Oh, who's above Jay-Z? Because you're combative right now.
To me, there isn't a greatest that's ever done that. I feel like it's not. That's just me personally.
There's not a greatest. So you don't think there's anybody better than another person?
But I don't feel like it's.
Okay,
to me
so
personally, I don't feel like it's such a gap. That only gap to me is money wise. But other than that.
Okay.
I don't feel like it's that much of a gap.
But what does money have to do with like skills and music and influence?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, when we talking about music and influence, I feel like. I mean, there's a lot of older rappers to me, not just East Coast wise, but I don't feel like there's a greatest. I feel like there's some greats, but there's not the greatest to ever. That's just to me. I don't feel like there's a greatest. I just don't.
When we talk about influence, we say Jay-Z's the big homie to everybody. That's influence enough. Drake, maybe Eminem. Maybe Eminem might have the greatest rap career financially. I'm not sure. Or maybe not financially. Eminem may be the biggest hip hop artist of all time. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But Drake, I'll say Drake right now, his run is unprecedented. So Drake might be between Eminem and Drake, I feel like is the biggest hip hop artist of all time. And even with that, I still feel like 9 out of 10 rappers would still want to be Jay-Z in those situations. Jay-Z doesn't have as many hits as Drake does, but he has the most respect out of everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
don't get me wrong. I respect him. I understand that.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like there's a greatest. I don't.
I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what that means.
I don't, but because there's so many. It's.
That's like saying I don't feel like there's the greatest basketball player of all time, or an era. Okay, are there? To me, that's how I feel like with the basketball thing, right?
Yeah.
I can't say Michael Jordan. I can't say LeBron. I can't say Kobe. I can say in their eras, they were the guys. Yeah. Because it's so many variables in that. Okay, the type of play style they had, evolution of like people, just humans, the way they look, like physically and the way they moved, science, sports science, all that stuff, whatever. Rules have changed. The way these teams are put together, attitudes and whatever. So you could never really say this person couldn't play in this era, this person could play in this era, but you can say that they're greats of their eras. Yeah. So can you at least say that there's greats of eras?
Yeah, I can say that.
Okay. All right.
But
so
I mean,
who's the great of this era?
Of this era?
Yeah.
Drake.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it gotta be.
Okay.
Drake. Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. He is one of the greats.
You talking about Drake or Jay-Z?
I mean Jay-Z.
Okay.
He's very like.
No, I'm not saying your argument. Yeah.
I'm just saying I just feel like musically wise, just me personally.
Yeah, of course.
I just don't think he's just the greatest. I don't really feel like there's a greatest. I feel like there's some greats. There's a lot of greats, but it ain't no greatest.
So what would make the greatest for you? Can anybody make the greatest for you? I know you're a big Young Dolph fan. Is Young Dolph?
No, he's not the greatest.
No, I'm not saying he's the greatest. Is he one of the greats? Because I've never heard anybody champion Young Dolph as much as you do.
To me, he's one of the greats.
Okay,
to a lot of people,
fine.
He might not be, but to me, he is. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I mean, okay, greats to me is Jay-Z, Drake, Ice Cube, 50 Cent.
You really think Ice Cube is a great?
From what he did, the same way we talking about this.
Your personal opinion, not some shit that you heard from somebody.
I do. I like his music.
You listen to Ice Cube?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Ice Cube song? I'm asking because I'm surprised to hear this from you.
No, man. I forget what's the name of the song.
It Was a Good Day.
I mean, that's a good one.
But it's not that one.
But the songs I like for artists, I remember. I put them in the playlist. I might not remember the name. I ain't gonna lie. I might not remember the name, but when I hear it, I know what it is, and like, oh yeah, that's it. But because there's one off his new one he dropped about 2-3 years ago. It was a tape he did, but it was like a album where it was like the what's the dude they say for taxes? Uncle Sam. It's like he had Uncle Sam on the cover. Okay. There's a song there that I love to death. I play it for the middle school boys, all of that.
To get them hype.
Yeah, and that's just, I know it might not get them all the way hype because it's Ice Cube, but boy, I love it.
Okay, nice.
And then 50 Cent on the other hand, now he got a song. I'm Supposed to Die Tonight.
Yeah.
Boy, when I was at Goodlettsville Middle playing football, I would put that song on. I would go out there and warm ups, and I'll be ready to hit and everything. Yeah, 50. And then 50, Ice Cube.
50's in my top 10.
And but a lot of people don't like to give him that, and I know he ain't come out. He can't. I know some people say he killed New York hip hop a little bit. I think Ebro likes to say that and all that, but
yeah, I guess.
I feel like now. I feel like how Jay-Z did his thing outside of music, and the way 50 is going is like, it's crazy to me. Like,
yeah.
especially with the shows, raising cat. I know me and you been keeping up with that, going back and forth. I mean, like, if I could do it like anybody, that's who I would want to do it like.
50, yeah.
It's like 50.
Yeah, no, I think he's doing what he did in music and television now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a second run of his career. And it's impressive.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's somebody that my mama put me in front of, even though she probably shouldn't have at a young age. But I remember I put his DVD in. His CD, but it had the double to it, where you can put the CD in and play the game on the remote. And every day, because my mom would go to work 5 o'clock in the morning. If I ain't go off the Browns, well, I'm at home by myself. Got tired of PlayStation because games was too dark. And if I couldn't see where to go, I'm like, fuck that. Right. I put that in. I'm listening to that. We riding around in the little car shooting shit. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's it right there. So 50 Cent to me, even though 50 Cent is that one to me. I'll play that. Like, whenever I have a kid one day.
You going to play that?
And he can understand music.
You gonna play that gangsta
shit? We gonna ride to this 50. You ain't with your mama. You with me today. I'm finna show you the essentials. Okay. Like 50 Cent is that one. And then who else? I'd say, even though he ain't hip hop, but he do hip hop music when he want to. Chris Brown.
He's a legend.
Yeah, he up there for sure. Somebody I feel like has potential to be a legend one day, but he probably still got a little while to go till he can get there. But his catalog to me already is crazy. It's Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez has had I think it was it last year when he allegedly shoot in the foot. It was last year, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And he put out
that tape after that.
It was Daystar, and then it was, oh my God, New Toronto 3.
Yeah.
Those 2 albums are in my top 5 of the year.
Bruh, well,
it's a shame that he's going through that stuff.
It make me feel like he didn't really do it, bro, because he had a song on there was like, you can still come back. And I still love you. And I was like, and the way he was saying, I was like, bro, he pouring his heart out on this shit, bro.
Hell yeah, he's facing time. You better pour your heart out.
I'm like, bro, he pouring his heart out, bro. And I was like, bro, I had that on repeat. I was like, man, I feel him, bro. He ain't shoot that gal, bro.
I think it's impressive that he managed to put together 20 songs talking about the same damn thing.
And they all sound different.
And they're good. That album is fire. That and New Toronto 3
bro. And you know one thing I found out about Canada? Canada, through their government, they have a fund to invest in creatives.
Oh, that's dope.
And the United States don't have that. And when I heard that, I'm like, what?
Canada is very ahead in a lot of ways, bro.
Like, that was crazy to me. So, like, if you somebody that you want to get onto a creative type of lane, and I guess they feel like you're doing the steps to really try to do this,
to do something,
they have a fund
to help you.
And I'm like, bro, that's the coolest thing.
That is dope, man. Yeah, you better hurry up and move to Canada, because in a couple years, they're not going to be letting Americans in there no more.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
I don't want to move Canada. I'm going to live my dream right here in the United States.
That's what's up. That's America.
African American.
I apologize.
Man, but that was crazy to me when I heard that. I'm like, dang. So I'm like, no wonder that you see all these Canadian people didn't. I think they got somebody else I listen to is I think 1111. It's an R&B artist. If you ain't never heard of him,
I've never heard of him. Man.
He hard, man. Yeah. You riding with your lady. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might have had a little argument about 40 minutes ago. You just popped that in.
She ain't ride with me for the argument 40 minutes ago.
Dang, I can't get over that.
Nah, I'm gonna hit the eject button.
Oh Lord Jesus!
I just got that installed in my car too. Yeah, ride with me if you want to.
Lord Jesus, bro. So, going back to your shop, now that you got your own shop, what's the name of your shop and where is it located?
Okay, so the name of the shop is Lennox Ave Barbershop.
What made you name it that?
So my dad's name is Lennox, and Lennox Ave. It's a street in New York, and so street avenue is a road, and Lennox my dad, and it was basically like saying like Lennox Way. it was a way to honor my dad.
That's what's up.
You know,
man.
while just to show him how much I appreciate him, how much he shaped my life. So really, it's like without my dad, I wouldn't be where I am. So it's either Lennox way or no way, and it was Lennox at Barbershop.
That's what's up, man. Lennox way or no way.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We sticking to it.
Right. Exactly.
So you got your shop. You've been doing good with that. What's something next that you want to do with your shop, or do you want to?
I mean, with the media thing is, filling my chairs up with more barbers and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I already have one guy,
Mm-hmm.
great barber, and he's great personality. That's really like to me the most important thing is like somebody who's trustworthy, somebody who's personable and sincere. And his skills are coming up. Him being a good barber, me personally, I feel like that's a bonus.
Yeah.
And
I know that's what gravitated us to get tight how we are. We have good conversations and we really talk to each other and we get personal with each other too.
Right.
And we can talk with each other about things. I'm like, look, it's between me and you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But man, so getting back into hip hop a little bit. It's a lot going on with. People feel like Lil Nas is trying to paint an image that a lot of our black kings are, what's the correct word to say? Is it gay or homosexual? I don't want to say it the wrong way, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like that, a lot of our kings is gay. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like they pushing it. A lot of people feel like he's pushing it on our kids. And
what
then
you mean? You said he's trying to say that a lot of
no. A lot of people are saying that he through his music videos, and what he's pushing, he's trying to push us. And our kids
into stuff like that.
Yes. But then some people's rebuttal to that has been, well, you see Cardi B, she doing the same thing with come to women and showing all they stuff and all that type of stuff. Then you got Lil Baby, not Lil Baby, excuse me, the baby on at Rolling Loud, talking about, if you ain't da-da-da-da and you sticking to what's right and
Right.
Against AIDS, HIV, all that type of stuff. Like, how you feel about it? I know you love hip hop and you try to keep up with the state of where it's at current.
Right.
How you feel about that whole?
Well, all right. So here's the thing. I think people are too in their feelings about stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're too sensitive to stuff like that. I could definitely see where people could say that he is a machine being used to try to influence.
Push a narrative,
Which, as a pop star, as a person in media, you're gonna influence people whichever way. 50 influenced a lot of kids through gangster music to do gangster shit. You know what I mean? That's what comes with the territory.
Yeah.
As far as the Cardi B one, I feel like that's a weak argument to make because sex sells, and a lot of times when it comes to women in media, they push the sexual agenda.
Yeah,
because that's what promotes it. You know? I'm not gonna sit here and say Cardi B is like super sexual because that's what sells. I think that's part of her personality. Sincerely.
Yeah.
But that definitely sells tickets and moves numbers and stuff like that. The Lil Nas thing, I feel like it's a it's an angle. You gotta have an angle. Like we talk about boxing all the time, and I tell you it's like you can't just be a great boxer. You have to have a personality on top of it. Mm-hmm. Muhammad Ali wasn't the greatest until he started calling himself the greatest. Yeah. Lil Wayne wasn't the greatest rapper alive until he made the song The Greatest Rapper Alive.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So with that, his angle is being edgy and pushing and doing this and doing that. Now, the thing is, it's on you to decide what you're going to do with the information he's putting out.
Yeah.
Lil Nas X is not raising your son.
No.
You know what I mean? So if he thinks that's cool and your son starts doing that, that's not on him. That's on you. You teach your kid how you want your kid to move and what he listens to, and this. You should be the bigger influence on your kid. And if you shouldn't be so offended with a person you don't know personally.
That too.
Yeah.
I
can't be mad. I can't be. So to me, you know the video that they were talking about,
the one he just dropped.
It was one where he's like, it came out. It came out whenever he had the fake titties. Like,
when he was
like a goat. He was like a devil.
He was right. He basically in the video. He had Satan in the video, and he literally gave Satan a lap dance.
See, I've never seen the video because I don't care.
Yeah,
you know that's me. Like I heard about the video and stuff like that. I was like,
he had heels on.
You know, the only time I've ever listened to Lil Nas X is like when I was getting in the car and my phone hadn't hooked up to my radio to my car yet, and that's when I heard Old Town Road. That's a catchy song.
Yeah,
but
see, and that's a lot of people talking about. He got in there, Old Town Road, and then now he's going the way, you know what I'm saying? But then people was hating on him even with the Old Town Road thing. A lot of the country people didn't even want it to be a country record.
Well, yeah, because, a country record, one of the biggest country records done by a black kid in today's time with the George Floyd and Sandra Bland and all that stuff happening, to them, they would see it as disrespectful. We don't want that shit over here.
Yeah.
But, they loved it whenever they put, what's the guy's name? Billy
Ray Cyrus.
Yeah,
yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Hannah Montana.
Now, now they champion the song, right? Yeah, and that's just how it goes. When you're black and you're doing something great, you're gonna have people hate. It's not just when you're black. When you're great, people are gonna hate.
Yeah,
that's just how it goes. That's just the game. As far as the baby saying what he said and all that, I saw that and I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? That was just stupid.
Yeah,
in my opinion, like why you tossing yourself in the fire over something that was unnecessary for him to say.
Yeah,
you don't have to say that stuff. You can have your opinions.
Yeah,
but you don't have to. It doesn't have to be derogatory against.
Yeah, like
people.
He ain't have to do it that way. I do feel like in the entertainment industry as a whole, from TV shows to music, I feel like they all are trying to push a narrative. Because even when you watch the shows and they got sexual activity, most shows now we gotta include a gay scene or whatever.
Yeah.
And most of the time, from shows that I've seen, it's black on black or black with some, and to where it's always a young black brother.
Yeah.
Portrayed as being or coming out or in the closet.
Yeah.
And then with Lil Nas coming in the picture, it's like everywhere you go,
it's magnified.
You trying to avoid him, but now you trying to watch a show with your boo at night, or you know what I'm saying,
right.
or a teenage show
that
a high school kid is watching.
Right.
Now it's on there too, so it's like either way you go, you can't escape it. You either go.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we're living in a society where everything is like hypersexualized, right?
Yeah.
And so with all that stuff going on, and then we're also living in a society where inclusion is like the main thing.
Yeah.
People are out here, corporations are out here to prove that they're not racist.
Yeah, and I feel like that might be a thing too.
Yeah, that they're not homophobic.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, we got the Hispanic dude with the white woman, so we're into the interracial thing. We got the black dude with this, blah blah blah. All these things, whether you like to admit it or not, they all exist. There's a bunch of gay black dudes out here. There's a bunch of Hispanic women that are with white men. All these things exist. But what they do is, yes, there are conspiracies where it's like, yes, you are trying to push these things. One of the narratives is how do you emasculate the black man? You feminize them, and that's how you can knock them down and stuff like that. Whatever
they can't do to us what they used to do to us back in the day.
But here's the thing, though, is that you have one Lil Nas X. You have Nas, you have Jay-Z, you have Mike Tyson, you have Barack Obama, you have Samuel L. Jackson, you have Corday, you have whoever, all these other black people of influence all over the place. Don't focus on something that you don't agree with or whatever, don't give all that your energy. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
That's gonna exist. And what happens in those situations, like there's this one lady, she works for, I think she used to work for Fox News. I'm not even gonna say her name. But people like that work off of clicks and clickbait and stuff like that. They say that all promotion is good promotion. When she goes to a corporation and says, "Hey, listen, I got 55 million views on YouTube because of this crazy thing I said," and they're not gonna look and say, "Yeah, but you got 44 million dislikes." I don't care. It's 44 million people that watched. So if you don't like something, don't pay attention to it. Don't give it any energy. All that Lil Nas X, if you don't agree with that stuff, or if you agree with it, champion it. If you don't agree with it, don't push it out there. Yeah. Focus on all the good things around you. That's the solution to all these things, because people are gonna live their lives. People are gonna push things on you. There's a whole market out there of gay black people that can be sold to. There's a whole market of straight black people that can be sold to as well. Yeah. So that's what you focus on. Yeah. Don't waste too much time being offended by nonsense.
Yeah, man, because I try to stay out of it anyway. I don't listen to him. I did back when he was in the rodeo stages, but once he went the way he was going, I backed off of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, man, it's just, to me personally, I like where hip-hop is. I know some people don't. I like where hip-hop is. Yeah. And I feel like you can avoid listening to Lil Nas for the most part. Right. And there's going to be something, he's going to pop up, either on a commercial or whatever. He going to pop up. It's just what you going to do when he pop up. Are you just going to listen to him? But some people are okay with that, and that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I know me being a Christian or whatever, I just, I ain't going to rock with it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just, my belief. Even when they came after Chick-fil-A for giving money to FCA, because FCA, to get into FCA, fellow Christian athletes, you got to sign a waiver saying that basically that being gay or however you're politically correct way of what that is, that's not right. Right. And then they basically chastised Chick-fil-A for giving them money. Right. And basically was trying to boycott them, even though who gonna boycott Chick-fil-A? Ain't nobody finna boycott Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is a Christian organization.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying.
They close on Sundays, so you shouldn't be surprised if they don't.
That's what I was saying. So then Chick-fil-A stopped giving money to fellow Christian athletes because of that.
Okay, so the thing with that is, I understand that, because before Chick-fil-A is a Christian organization, it's a business. Yeah. And they're not gonna, alienate their, the people that come in and buy stuff, whatever. It's a bunch of people. It's a bunch of Jewish people that go to Chick-fil-A. It's a bunch of Muslim people that go to Chick-fil-A. And whatever they believe, if they feel like it's gonna hurt the brand, they're not gonna back it. Yeah. So they're in the business of making money.
But I do feel like their brand is being known as a Christian company. Everybody know that. So to me personally, I would have stuck. With doing what I had to do, even if it would hurt the company, not because the foundation of the company was built off us being a Christian company. Right. And you've been giving to these for years, because they do things, fellowship, all that type of stuff. Why? And you believe it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So why go against it just because of what people say? That's the same thing. People that was against it for, like, say when the LGBTQ, or the way they said it, whenever you don't go against that, they gonna make you go with it, right? Or they gonna try to get you out of here, right? So I feel like they're Christian. They should be able to stand on their grounds the same way gay people stand on theirs.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I hated about the whole thing.
Well, I mean, the thing that you have to, like, recognize in those situations is that you are a person of, like, you have your values, morals, and beliefs. Those are the things that you stand on. If Q is not these things, then he's not Q. Yeah. They're operating from a business standpoint. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying, like, to me, I'm going to go with what I believe personally. I'm not going to compromise myself for money. Yeah.
And I ain't saying I got nothing against them or nothing like that.
No, I understand that. But, and then the other thing that you got to understand, too, like, a lot of people have to understand is that some of the people in these businesses may not even go to church. They probably don't even know what the Bible looks like. You know, they know how to do numbers. You know, they're probably not hiring it. Their accountant may not be a Christian guy. The accountant might be a Muslim guy. The accountant might be an atheist or a Jewish guy, whatever. You know what I mean? They do numbers. And the numbers dictate that donating to the FCA is bad for business. So they stop. You know, so because they feel like it may be that detrimental. I get where you're coming from. I can also understand where they're coming from when they're saying that. I'm not saying like either one is right or wrong or whatever the case, but that's just numbers talk. That's all it is.
So, you know, and then before we get out of here, man, one more thing. I know you like to take, you know, photography a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What made you get into that?
Man, it was actually one of my friends. His name is Raymark. You should look him up too on Instagram. It's Raymarkable. Okay. Or Lay Canadian. He just changed. I don't know why he keeps changing his name. LE_Canadian.
I had to stop doing that. I was changing so much too.
Yeah. He's dope, man. He's honestly, to me, he is the greatest photographer in the world. And the only thing that he doesn't have backing him are the metrics. He doesn't have the followers or the numbers. But he's dope. He's the one who got me into taking pictures. He does weddings. He's done a few celebrity things, but he signed NDA, so I can't even. Nobody can really talk about it. Yeah. But yeah, he's super dope, and he's the one who directed me. He told me which camera to get. He was like, "Yo, just go get the body. I have a lens for you." Yeah. And you know, because I was doing a lot. I had an iPhone 3 at the time, I think. I was taking pictures with that, and I had an iPod back when iPods were a thing. Oh yeah. And I would take pictures with my iPod, and then when I got the camera is when I started doing that. I'm looking back at my old stuff, and I'm like, yo, I thought this was fire. This is trash. And
man, because you hard, man.
I appreciate
like
it,
for the ones that don't know, you know, Mike right here, he did my, you know, Mediator work break cover. He even did my first one, the Morocco, even though it was edited by Digital Veil, but the Mediator's work break, that was all him. And I can't wait for the next one, you know, because it's gonna be even better.
Yeah.
And the vision you be having with your photos, you know what I'm saying? Like some of your photos, they be simple. Yeah. You might take just a picture of the little suitcase. Yeah. And you got a good little 15 words. They be like, damn, I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I appreciate that.
Like, how did your, like who in your life do you feel got your mind frame to to get the way you think? You know what I'm saying? Because when you take a picture, it ain't just a picture. Like, you say something like, damn, I can see that. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, bro. Like, so it kind of goes back to my mom again. You know, I draw.
Okay.
And my mom taught me how to draw. And then, so before we came to the U.S., I had actually gotten a scholarship to an art school. Okay. And I was going to be, you know, drawing and stuff like that. When we came here, I found out there was like 6 different Power Rangers. Fresh Prince was on right after school. And I had a whole TV schedule of stuff I was going to watch from when I got off the bus to when I went to bed. So drawing went out the window. You know, so I kind of lost that a little bit, but I always had an artist spirit. Yeah. So, and then another thing is like I'm a huge film buff. I love movies, man. And when I'm watching movies, even in real life, even right now as we're sitting, I'm framing things in my mind. Sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it. I'm framing things in thirds, fourths, 16ths, whatever. Like I was looking at you right now. I was like, okay, how would if I was to take a picture right now, how would I frame this? Do I take this whole body? Am I focusing on the mic? Blah, blah, blah. So it's just an extension of me drawing is really what photography is.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, and like, you know, watching movies, like my favorite directors and stuff like that. It's like, I was just watching a movie last night, and I was like, no, I wasn't watching a movie. I was watching Kanan, Raising Kanan.
Man, because when I'm sure gonna watch the last one before this next one come out.
Yeah. And I was the second episode. It's a bunch of tracking shots in there that I thought were dope. Like when you watch it again tonight, one of the ones I was like, this guy worked on this for a second. He planned this one out specifically. When Omar Epps gets to a unique spot and he's getting out the car. That whole sequence of the camera zooming in whenever he's pulling up and then it tracking him all the way to walking into the building. It's like little subtle things. Like you're gonna see what I'm talking about when you watch it.
Okay.
It was just smooth, and it reminded me of like Martin Scorsese in Goodfellas when he did the whole tracking shot of Henry Hill walking in to the back with his girl and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's just smooth stuff like that. And it's like little things that I just noticed and I pick up. I'm like, that's dope. I like that. You know, so yeah, camera work and stuff like that. It's always stuff in my mind all the time. So,
man, like, man, just to know you, man. You know what I'm saying? To me, man, you big homie to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, went to McGavick.
Yeah.
Became a barber. To me, one of the best barbers in the city.
Thank you.
If not the best.
Thank you.
Doing photography.
Yeah.
And then from what we did alone, you know, I feel like it's legendary already. You know, for people that don't know, they will know as time keep progressing.
Absolutely.
And like, man, I just, you know, you're a blessing to me, you know what I'm saying, to be somebody I can talk to and come to about things. And it ain't even about, you know, material things with us. Right. It's more about just, I can have a real conversation, you know what I'm saying, with you. Like, I can be vulnerable with you. And I ain't got too many people, especially my age, that I can just be completely vulnerable with and don't be just judged.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And man, I appreciate that about you, man. And then, but like, let the people know where your shop is located at.
Okay.
So if they do want to come get cut by you and try you out, you know, they know where to come. And I appreciate you too for giving money to the football team.
Oh yeah.
You know, he gave some money to DuPont Hadley. We appreciate him. He is an official sponsor for this season, and we thank you for that as well. But let the people know, you know, where they can book through you at, hit you up at, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I gotta call Coach Marshall too, because I forgot to call him about some stuff. But anyways, before I even say that, man, I want to say I appreciate you too, bro. I consider you a very good friend of mine, and you know, and like I tell you all the time, it's like, you know, you're very mature and very like wise beyond your age. Like I was telling you. I
mean, I try to be. I ain't perfect, but
you're a very humble person too.
Yeah.
And you're nice. You can rap. You got amazing potential.
I appreciate it. It's time to just get to work and don't stop this time.
Absolutely, man. But anyways, it's Lennox Ave Barbershop. I'm in Old Hickory.
Okay.
It's 3400 Old Hickory Boulevard. And then one of the easiest ways to reach me is my Instagram. And then you can get my phone number. If you message me on there, you get my phone number. My Instagram is at Mike Blades TN. That's my barber one. And then my photography one, and my personal one, if you want to call that, it's at Mike_Basquiat.
All right, man. But look, this is the VC Lab. We coming at you every other Tuesday and every other Wednesday on the video version on YouTube. Just stay locked in, man. There's going to be a lot more people coming. It's going to get a lot more better, a lot more segments, a lot more conversations. And I'm glad that y'all taking this ride with me, man. We ain't going to stop this time. We're going to keep going. We're going to get bigger and better. So just stay tuned, and we out.
I appreciate you, bro.
Welcome.
Welcome to the VC Lab.